Good morning, principals and vice principals. Okay, we're going to share with you about SPARCS 2.0 in Shuqun Secondary School. Okay, during 2014 Work Plan Seminar, Minister Heng shared Shuqun SPARCS as one of the examples where schools are involved in innovating their curriculum. SPARCS is a blended learning approach where students learn their content through videos outside the classroom, which is also commonly known as the flipped classroom. When students come to class, they apply what they learn through activities and interaction with their teachers and classmates. SPARCS consists of 3 different domains which support the school teaching and learning culture. Infrastructure is planned and created to have an open and sustainable ecosystem. Teachers, who are the main drivers for SPARCS, develop their TPAC competency through school's various PLCs. Students who are at the heart of the school SPARCS program itself are trained to develop learning routines as well as cyber wellness etiquette through the CCE curriculum and the Student Ambassador program. Okay, the purpose to SPARCS is to actually improve the quantity and the quality of high academic learning time for students so they can learn anytime and anywhere. Okay, this particular slide explains the differences between the traditional classroom, the SPARCS Phase 1, which we started 3 years ago, as well as SPARCS Phase 2, which we started at the beginning of this year. Okay, in the traditional classroom, okay, this is outside the class. Okay, before the lesson starts, some students who are more hardworking, they may spend time to actually read up ahead compared to some of their classmates. So what happens is when they come to class, okay, teacher will spend time to deliver the content in the classroom, and students will interact with what they have learned through worksheets as well as practices in the classroom. And after that, to actually further improve the mastery of what they have learned in class, homework is given where students do it outside the classroom, outside the class time. Okay, and outside the classroom, okay, there's no support from the teachers, and students who need help will not be able to access the content, and they're not able to access their learning of their teachers teaching outside the classroom as well, other than just referring to their notes. Okay, in SPARCS Phase 1, that's where the pre-reading comes. Okay, in SPARCS Phase 1, the main focus was on the flipped classroom. Okay, for the flipped classroom, what we did was that we actually got the teachers to actually deliver their content through videos, like something like what you're watching now, and then the students actually watch the videos before they come to class, so they learn their content outside the classroom. And when they come to class, teacher will spend more time with the students to have activities for them to engage in their learning, to apply what they have learned. And then after that, they continue with the pre-reading cycle, and this cycle continues. Okay, in SPARCS Phase 2, which we started this year, okay, we hope to actually achieve a point whereby we use LMS to actually manage the students' learning, where the learning instructions, non-instructional time, and learning instruction is delivered not just within the classroom, but outside the classroom as well. Okay, teachers can actually implement SPARCS 2.0 using various models. One such model is the conventional model, where lesson is conducted as usual, and after lesson is conducted, instead of giving homework in the form of worksheets, okay, homework are given in the form of missions. And to help students to reinforce what they learn, trainings can also be implemented in Coursemology for students to practice and actually to improve on their content knowledge itself, and then this leads to the next lesson itself. So this can also be used in a form of remediation, where lesson is conducted as usual, but there's optional trainings and missions for students who are weak and students who need time to actually understand the content more. At the same time, then after that, they continue with lesson itself. Okay, another model is we can actually use the model of SPARCS Phase 1, which is also known as the flipped learning model. In this case, mission is done in the class, in the lesson. This is in the form of additional practice, applying the the knowledge of what they have learned outside the class. And trainings is in the form of flipped learning videos as well as multiple choice question for students to reinforce what they have learned from the videos. At the same time, additional missions for them to actually apply what they have learned. And then in SPARCS Phase 2, we also try to encourage teachers to actually use this class time to actually allow for group missions. Okay, group missions actually provide accountability among the team members where they contribute to help each other to complete missions that is actually of a higher order in terms of the kind of question, the difficulty level. And then when they're at home, okay, that's where the students will actually learn their own lessons through the flip video, through trainings itself, and at the same time attempt their own missions to further master the content that they have learned. Okay, at the same time, once again, the cycle continues where in the classroom they get together in their groups to actually further apply or even come to creating applying what they have learned through creating of different kind of Web 2.0 media such as infographics as well as videos, presentations to actually showcase their learning as well as to present the learning of the student itself. One of the key differentiation between SPARCS 2.0 and SPARCS 1.0 is the gamification part. Hey, gamification actually has already been around in schools, just that it's in a different form. In fact, students get points for completing assignment correctly, and these points are actually translated to badge, or more commonly known as grades. However, something about this environment fails to engage our students. So gamification in education therefore means not just giving points and giving grades, but also understanding the circumstances behind the game elements and how it can drive learning behavior. Okay, the rules of school must still be understood in terms of their formal effect, but also in terms of their emotional and social impact on the school players, which is our students. So how exactly is Suchin trying to bring gamification into the classroom? Okay, Suchin embraced the LCAP model which MOE adopted, which talks about the triangle of teaching and learning. The three components, which are content, assessment, and pedagogy, play a crucial roles in the learner's learning experience. However, the interaction between the CAP and the learner is strongly related to the learner's readiness as well as their motivation to learn. With this missing link in mind, Suchin has added the ARC model, which helps to drive and motivate our students towards learning. Okay, the ARC model basically consists of three main components, which is autonomy, giving students choice, as well as relatedness, giving the students the ability to relate to one another, to support one another, as well as the last part, which is the competence, where giving the students the sense of mastery. Okay, with this ARC model, we hope to actually motivate the students towards an intrinsic learner. By combining the LCAP model with the ARC model supported by gamification elements in Coursemology, Suchin hoped to bring our students from a negatively extrinsic motivation where they are motivated by negative motivators such as calling of parents and punishments to a positive one, where students are motivated to do well because of positive motivators such as leveling up and achieving small milestones in their learning process. Eventually, we hope to reinforce this to bring the students to become intrinsically motivated to learn and excel, which is also commonly known as the self-directed learner. So how do Coursemology, gamification affordance help to support the ARC model which synergize with the LCAP model? Okay, in Coursemology, which is a gamified LMS platform, it allows students to actually track their own progress through levels and achievement. So this gives students a sense of mastery while they are doing their work and completing their missions and training. At the same time, it gives them a way to actually see how much they have learned through the leaderboard where they can actually compete with one another. At the same time, teachers can also design their lesson to have an epic meaning behind where they can have a storyline to encourage students to learn more. Okay, autonomy can be designed into SPARCS 2.0 lesson through cosmology in the form of giving choices to students through a wide variety of missions as well as trainings. Okay, through mission can be designed in such a way where students are given the autonomy to actually decide how they want to showcase their learning through different Web 2.0 tools such as infographics as well as video presentation. Okay, at the same time, students have the flexibility of time to actually complete their tasks, which allows them to actually pace their own learning. Okay, side quests are additional non-baseline missions or trainings to engage more able learner. So this will actually challenge the more able learner to do more than what is the baseline itself. Okay, in terms of relatedness, relatedness can be designed through the use of group team accountability when teachers design group missions for students to work together in the class, and this encourages a collaboration between the students, and they will start to realize that whatever they do in the classroom do affect their friends because they are working together as a team. So this is part of the team-based learning model as well. Okay, as for competence, can also be designed through rewarding of efforts when students attempt their training. So when students attempt their training, they are actually rewarded through experience point, and each time they do their trainings, they actually improve their mastery of their learning. At the same time, immediate feedback is also designed in the trainings through the multiple choice question as well as the multiple response type kind of question as well. Okay, and this helps to encourage mastery of content through this immediate feedback. Okay, through these affordances in cosmology, Suchin hoped to bring our students in becoming intrinsically motivated towards learning. Okay, before I end the presentation, I would like to just show you some statistics that we have collected over the implementation of cosmology in the classroom. As over here, you can see a level distribution after 5 weeks in a course itself. So you notice that about majority of students are at level 5, which is in the middle of the levels that they can achieve, whereas we have a small group of students who are actually at level 8, which is the highest, which is very close to the highest level that the students can achieve. Okay, at the same time, a survey was also done. Okay, in this survey, okay, you can actually see that students actually prefer and like cosmology, and in fact, later on in the next training, you'll be listening to some of our students, Wei Wen, Si Ying, and Kaon, where they actually share what they like about cosmology and what is their experience of learning through cosmology courses itself. And over here, you see that students actually like to actually enjoy cosmology because they can actually redo their training. So every time they finish their training, if they are not satisfied with their result, they can actually redo the training to further improve and actually help them to recall their content knowledge as well. And you can see that they also enjoy looking at the leaderboard where they can see their own progress and achievement, and this gives them a sense of mastery, where in the ARC model we talk about competence. This sense of mastery help to actually give students the kind of motivation to actually work on their work as well. And at the same time, students also love to see the storyline behind their course, although this is sometimes not easy to actually achieve because not every subject teachers need to be very creative in actually coming out with a storyline behind their course itself. Okay, I've come to the end of my presentation. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.